Games!
Hey there, comrades. Good to see you all again. Thanks for joining me today. We're working on something kind of fun and something that may be familiar to a lot of my demographic. According to the statistics on my channel, a majority of you are in my age bracket. I'm not going to put you all out there. We all know you're all just turning 21. No. Seriously, generally, if you grew up in the times that I did, and I believe a lot of you did, an 80s kid, 80s, early 90s, you had one of these in the house. That's not to say this is from the 80s or 90s. This is definitely not from the 90s. Slim chance it could be from the 80s. I'm dating it in the 70s. I'm having a hard time getting an actual date on it, though, online. Conflicting stuff with serial numbers, model numbers, different ways of reading the date code. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Yeah, you got the date code in there. The generic way that the AI says would be the first two is the week of the year and the second two is the year. This was definitely not made in the 58th week of 2025. So that's wrong. And this definitely wasn't made in the 58th week of 1925. No way. However, I am seeing that this could have been made in the 50s. So let's hope we can get something that really solidifies the date when we get inside of it. As you can see, it's telling time. And I believe I set that a few hours ago. It's keeping the proper time. It's right on the mark. Everything seems to kind of work. It doesn't work particularly well. Yeah, some of these work. The buttons are oxidized. Simple. This doesn't need any real repair. It needs general maintenance and upkeep. This piece has come loose. I should be able to fix that. I mean, even if I can't, it still works. It's not like this isn't portable. I'm not going to tip it around all the time. I actually want to use this. I'm just going to put it on my night table. The radio kind of works. It works in AM. FM, you have to... let's see.
To the streets being flooded.
That's our AM.
Yeah, water do get high. I guess it kind of get up to...
FM...
We have all the designer bridal brands like the Corey.
Yeah, as soon as I let it go or stop messing with it, it's off. But that's the same issue as what I'm believing we have with almost any of these buttons or knobs. And corrosion, oxidization, they just need to be cleaned. And that's what we're here for today. We're just going to be opening this up, giving it a good cleaning. Let me unplug it. If I see any issues with capacitors, which is possible that we're going to have some bad capacitors in here, but if I see any issues with capacitors, I do have some on order. So maybe I'll do a revisit, because instead of just fixing like one bulging capacitor, I'll just replace them all, do a whole video. And this is definitely going to be old enough that it's going to be probably all through-hole components. It's going to be easy to work on. So if there's ever a video I could teach people how to replace capacitors, it would be on this. So yeah, we already know the volume dial on this likes to see itself out. So we'll do that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's broke for a minute. Yeah, we gotta take that off. And yeah, you can see here, little D-shape kind of piece. That metal sleeve is supposed to attach onto that, and that's supposed to help keeps it in place. It's looking like these are supposed to lift off as well. I don't know how I feel about... Oh, okay, those lift off pretty easily. The hardest part about working on this is that it probably has not been opened in literal decades. So everything's going to be a little uncomfortable removing. Oh, that was nowhere near as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I'm going to say I need to put that someplace where I won't lose it, but let's just say it's already gone. We know how that stuff works. It's already gone. All right, so that's the part that would throw most people through a loop. Not saying that y'all are most people. Y'all would have been like, that's the first thing that's got to go. No shit, Sherlock. But yeah, it looks like we just got some Phillips head screws. 6 maybe? 5? Maybe 5? I'm wondering if I'm going to have to undo this antenna. These sections here are actually antenna connectors. And it shows in the diagram that it is set up for internal position to connect motion. Yeah. So that's fine. My antenna stuff is set up the way it was. And you heard the little bit of the radio I put on. I didn't fine tune or anything, but it sounds pretty good for what it is, as old as it is. And for the fact that analog radio, for the most part, is obsolete. I mean, I'm glad they're still broadcast. We still keep this going. You would think at this point in time, though, like, pirate radio would be a lot more prevalent. Maybe it is in more rural areas. If you live out in, like, the sticks or in, like, a big, like, country or wooded area, let me know. Let me know down in the comments if there's, like, pirate radio stations. Like, if that's still a thing. Because I think that's pretty cool. People keep that sort of, like, art alive. So, I mean, I know a lot of it's just been replaced with the idea and concept that podcasting and stuff is so simple. But I imagine there's not a ton of monitoring going on over analog radio waves. And doing your own thing on them probably isn't too difficult these days. I could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things. But heck, my friends had a free 1-800 number party line open for over a month back in the late 90s, early 2000s, so you'd be amazed what you can do. A little bit of know-how. Alright, I'm thinking these are going to have to come off as well. Not seeing quite... yeah, they should come off pretty easy. Here we go. Ooh, that seemed a little riskier. They actually have little metal crimps on them. Huh. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's, I don't know what that is. That's gross. Gross is what that is. I gotta bring it all in. It's not even that big a deal, but for it to be caked in, stuck under there like that. Gotta... I don't know how to work with inverted. It's funny, because I play all my video games inverted, then invert my camera in real life, and I'm all messed up. Yeah, there's a lot of dirt in that switch. That's why that wasn't working too great. One more switch. Yeah, I think after a good deep clean, this thing's going to be working good as the day it came out the factory. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but yeah, I don't think it's going to take a whole lot to really get this thing going again. Oh, this stuff has to come up. But I know I'm also going to get stuck on this, but this should... Oh, that pulled. Okay, it's another D shape. And now this should just come right off. Bing, bang, boom. You got your speaker on the hood. Got your headphone jack on the side. A little bit of adhesive there. Oh, yeah, these switches are... Oh, that's... that's terrible. Yeah, this is long overdue for our cleaning. Got a couple potentiometers in there. Yeah, I can smell the old electronics. Everything is labeled very well. I always love that about old electronics. I'm not going to say that modern electronics isn't labeled well. It is actually labeled pretty much to the same extent these are, but everything is so tiny now. Like there's only so much you can really do. Like this even has pictures. So instead of like, I mean, it has like R15, that's resistor 15, but it also has a little picture of a resistor. So extra. It's so extra, but it's so nice. Like I'm so glad that they did it the way they did. I should be able to just pull the headphone port out. Yep. All right. Yeah. I'm just going to undo the hood. I want to take the speaker out. I'm just going to completely undo the hood. Sorry if this gets shaky, but I don't have any place I can move this over to at the moment. Is leaning on my tripod. So, doing what I can here. Trust me, comrades. I'm also covering up my own microphone, so I hope the sound quality hasn't gone completely to shit with a speaker sitting in front of my microphone. Man, this could be an editing nightmare. We'll see. I'll make fun of myself. I'll call myself out. Don't worry. You guys know I'm good for it. Yeah, I've been keeping busy. The channel's still chugging along. I know I haven't been posting the fastest, but yeah, life. That's really all I got to say. Supposed to be training for a race, but several injuries have been setting me back. Hopefully, I'm able to get back into training ASAP. And I'm able to make that race. I only have a month left to train, but we'll see. But that's definitely something that's been taking up my time. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I had y'all here for that. Like, I could have been attacked. You know, that could have been the end of me. I guess, let me try and catch this in its own lid. A little bit less I'll have to clean up. Oh. Want to be careful because this is old. And clearly it had some liquid damage at some point. So, and the speaker works. Well, it did. It might not now. Maybe all that dust was what was holding it together. Unfortunately, that can sometimes be the case. I can tell you now, too, this probably used to be black. Without a doubt, this used to be black. All right. That out of here. Do a deep clean of that in a moment. Let's see what we got on the inside. All right. Speaker is hardwired 100%. I'm not going to go through the hassle of removing that. We know it works. Ooh. That must have something to do with the aerials. I wish that was done a little bit better. No, don't. Oh, crap. I'm making it worse. I'm blowing things under the board. I don't want to put things under the board. This has a little, has a little felty dust protector that's falling apart. I don't really want to lose that. If I don't have, yeah, that's gone. That's completely crumbled. Well, it did its job for all these years. It lasted long enough. It protected it long enough. We got more over these buttons too. Here we go. I'm just going to try and give that one quick sweep over. And that completely, that's completely. In fact, it's probably best I don't put that back on because it itself is turning into dust. All right. Now, as much as I want to get in here and clean everything, I don't want to actually dismantle like the switches. I really need to get better at my camera work. I still need to get that microscope, electronic microscope. We're getting there. We're getting there. Don't want to mess too much with the radio tuner. I don't want to get involved in the string. But I am going to go deeper into this, and I am going to get my can of compressed air. So don't worry. We're going to get some action. So many weird little things that hold this board into place. All right, now I need to start remembering screw locations. Everything's sandwiched. It's kind of clever. Okay. It looks like the front stuff needs to come off before other things will. I soldered through. I have a screw down there, but how am I supposed to get to it? How is this supposed to separate? That was in one of the switches. Did I just put it back in there? No, okay. Okay, this top board is clipped into place with plastic clips. There we go. I know these are meant to slip off, but they are not. I think I'm just going to have to work with it like this. Because I don't feel like getting the soldering station out. But I am going to go get my blower. And I'm going to definitely give this a good blowout. Okay. So we got the worst of the dust out. That's phase one. Phase two, honestly, is working with the switches. So, unfortunately, half of everything I just did, we can kind of just undo You can go right back in now. Because I just wanted to make sure all that dust was out. But to do that, I need to get, yeah, there we go. Back over that. I'm probably going to take, okay, that still comes out separately. I'm going to clean that real quick. Some isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to clean off the front panel display. Get some of that IPA. Not the kind you drink. This is actually soldered in, yeah. I don't want to see. Get in there between that. Yeah, and actually I was able to get in. Okay. Okay. I actually cleaned off something. So let me get back in there. There we go. There we go. That's better. That looks a lot better. Okay. Speaking of making things look better, let's see. Can we? I know this comes out, but can it come out without breaking? Is the question. The $1 million question. Or is the plastic too brittle? I'm thinking this plastic is too brittle. And I should settle for just being able to clean the front of it. And that's genuinely coming out pretty nice. I can get in there. At least a little bit. we're coming back out again because I want to clean up the rest of the inside of this plastic. Forethought would have been nice. I also thought it would be easier to take it off, and I'm not saying it's the hardest thing in the world to take off. I see where the clips are, but I do not think it would survive. I think I'd lose most of the clips if I tried. Okay. This is actually a fairly long video. I'm going to have to cut some of it out. Probably some of the reassembly, because I think you all already noticed I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to the reassembly. We took way too much apart. I didn't even get to cleaning off the shell yet. These are some beefy switches, man. I tell you. I remember as a kid having to use both hands to try and work these kinds of things. Sprayed myself right in the face. Born to be a porn star. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I'm still on camera, right? Let's get this OnlyFans money going. Give me a like if you want me to have an OnlyFans. Give me a subscribe if you want me to please not have an OnlyFans. How did I get stuff in there already? What was that? I think that's actually just... Hey, comrades. Just back for one quick second while some things are drying. Well, one might notice a little something there. Like I said, life things happen. Why some delays in videos. That's all going up on eBay. All probably going to be sold for individual pieces. And once I have them posted up, I'll be sure to make a little commercial and set up a link. So if anybody's interested in buying games from the super rare video game collection, there they are. But I really came back. I mean, you don't need to look at that now. I found that screw, and I hope that it hasn't messed up all of my audio. It's been stuck to the bottom of my lapel mic that I put in front of my work mat. So, yeah. Yeah. Let me get y'all in close. Zoom y'all back in. And there we go. Camera's gonna get all wonky. Maybe I'll fix that in editing. And we'll get this screw in, and then we'll cut, and we'll resume the cleaning. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Maybe we won't get the screw in. Okay. Why does it stick to the microphone, and now I can't get it to just function as a screw? There we go. Last internal screw done. Yeah. Again, magic of editing. You'll never know a dang thing, but we'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, guys. Comrades. Moment of truth. I got to edit so much. This video ran on so long. It is separated into so many parts. So let's bring her on home. It still turns on. Our display looks great. Let's bring y'all in a little bit closer. Dial still works.
Placement. So far, that was probably one of your best leverage relievers a season ago. If they're
that was the stipulations that wasn't working before.
Knowledge, bro. It's like it stresses you out, and that's why we need Boomy and. He a fan. He a fan. He a fan. .com. Early to be rewarded.
Reach Gospel Radio.
Yeah, we're working. The switches are good. So we should be able to
transformation
off. That works. Okay, so this should be the setting for the time. Now this has something that has been lost to the ages. This is art. This is a craft. That'll move my hours forward. $9.40. And you know what? I'm going to do minutes backwards. Why do clocks not have this function anymore? And that locks the time. Wake up. Set the hours. Do backwards again. 90. $41. I'm not sure how to set that now. Oh, that's PM. Crap. Time itself is set on AM. Ah! There we go. Snooze button works. Freaking golden, man. Off. Time.
Their children's immunizations are up to date is an important part of their lives.
My son was a micro-preemie, so he was born 3 months early, and in his early years, anything he got 3 times worse. And so protecting others was another component.
Yeah, there we go. We got our alarm clock and everything working. $12:31. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure, comrades. This is going to be my new daily driver. Have a good one. Stay safe. I love y'all.